There's someone on your board who's become a problem. Maybe they're disruptive. Maybe they're going rogue on decisions. Maybe they're actively working against the rest of the board. You know something has to be done, but here's what most boards discover too late. Handling this wrong makes everything worse, and most boards handle it wrong. Before you do anything, ask yourself an honest question. Is this person actually a rogue, or are they just difficult? Not every board member who causes friction is a problem. The person who challenges groupthink, argues unpopular positions, asks uncomfortable questions about finances or decisions, that's not a rogue. That might be the most valuable director you have. A true rogue board member is different. They miss meetings habitually. They violate confidentiality by sharing board discussions with residents or outside parties. They take unilateral action without board approval. They disrupt meetings with personal attacks and intimidation. They disregard the governing documents, or worse, they're using their position for personal benefit. Before you escalate, be honest with yourself. Is this person actually harmful to the association or just inconvenient to work with? Because getting this wrong, treating a dissenter like a rogue, will blow up in your face. You'll look like the problem, not them. Let's say you're certain this person is genuinely harmful. There's a process for dealing with them. Personal conversation first, then written warnings, then formal censure, then a recall election, and in extreme cases, removal by court order. The latter exists, but every rung has risks that most boards don't anticipate. A written warning that's poorly documented or vaguely worded becomes evidence against you later. A public censure, a formal reprimand in the meeting minutes can trigger defamation claims. A recall meeting that doesn't follow proper procedures can be challenged and reversed, making the rogue board member look like a victim. And here's what boards forget. Each escalation gives the rogue member an opportunity to retaliate, to recruit allies among residents, to threaten lawsuits, to turn the narrative against the rest of the board. The process exists. Executing it without creating new problems, legal exposure, factional warfare, collateral damage, that's where boards fail. Rogue board members don't sit quietly while you deliberate. They don't pause their behavior while you consult your bylaws and draft warning letters. They poison relationships. They leak confidential information. They turn residents against other directors. They create chaos at meetings. They make every decision a battle. And while this is happening, your good board members start asking themselves, is this worth it? One by one, they resign. Not because of the rogue member directly, but because they're exhausted by the conflict. They signed up to help their community, not fight a political war every month. By the time you finally removed the rogue, you've lost half your board. Community trust is damaged. Residents have taken sides. The institution itself is weaker than when you started. The cost of slow, uncertain action isn't just frustration, it's institutional damage that takes years to repair. Yes, there are tools to deal with rogue board members, code of ethics, documentation procedures, escalation frameworks. They're in your bylaws and in Michigan's nonprofit corporation law if you're in the state of Michigan, or if you're in a different state, in your state statutes. But knowing the tools exist and knowing how to use them without creating legal exposure, factional warfare, and collateral damage, those are very different things. If you're dealing with a rogue board member right now, the worst thing you can do is wing it. Handle this based on emotion or guesswork, and you'll make everything worse. This is exactly the situation where professional guidance, legal, managerial, is not optional. It's protection for you, your board, and your community. Get help before you escalate. The stakes are too high to learn by trial and error. At ManageMax, we know that effective community management is built on transparency and systematic excellence. We provide full-service HOA and condominium management across Southeast Michigan, handling everything from accurate financial reporting to proactive maintenance. Our goal is to reduce the burden on your board while protecting your property values. If you're looking for a partner who values accountability as much as you do, visit us at managemaxproperties.com. Let's build a stronger community together.